Many thanks for joining us on the show. We'll now turn attention to looking at issues of migration, and policies, and as well as Nigeria's foreign policy and the need for security and orderly management of the migratory flows in and out of this country. But it looks that some of these things have not really been visited because in Nigeria there are laws and regulations that restrict some sectors, including the security department, in corporate organizations that are this country, and questions have been raised about the implementation of some of those policies, like that of Immigration Act of 2015, which says that no person other than a citizen of Nigeria shall be employed or engaged in any capacity whatsoever in the security services of an organization in Nigeria. That has still been a concern about revisiting back the policies of these implementation of the migration policies as Nigeria continues to face long-standing challenges, which include resource constraint, institutional wickedness, lack of coordination among stakeholders, and corruption. Professor Ibrahim Abubakar is live here on the show to give us insight on these reforms. Thanks so much, Prof, for joining us on the show. Very fine. A lot of concern about, looking at Immigration Act 2015, because we've seen last year the president was trying to make the expedited levy on employment, in external employment, and all of those concerns. What would you feel? What is your concern or appraisal about some of these immigration laws and policies that we've had in this country?
Well, the immigration laws are there, and some of the laws are also there when you talk of the national local content and management order. The executive order of the former president Muhammadu Buhari and the rest. You find out that these laws are being flopped every day. Nobody is actually looking at the laws and how to implement them. But let's come to one of the main concerns that really hit the heart. Where in the world have you seen a head of a corporate security and compliance as a foreigner? Only in Nigeria. And why must we allow it go on? Because you can project these people as spies of another nation coming to take advantage of our policies and our people. I am not too sure that, like the head of corporate security in Julius Berger, for example, is somebody who penetrates and have discussions with our internal security agents and our external security agents, including going to our state government houses and the presidential villa every day. And this is somebody who is really known as a foreign agent. What is he doing in Julius Berger? Julius Berger is a German-Nigerian company, but this is a Briton. So he's scrutinizing us, doing everything, and he has already positioned himself in such a way that all the strategic security units are being managed by foreigners. So look at the widespread of Julius Berger. So when we are discussing insecurity in Nigeria, are we looking at these measures at some point as one of the forms of the insecurities in the country? Do we know what these people interact with? I'm just giving one singular example. By the time we dig further, you find out that we have a wider scope of them in the nation, looking at us, watching us, giving their home office informations that we as citizens don't have. So, will the British government allow a Nigerian to be head of security and compliance? It's not possible. They would never try it. So, why are we doing it when the immigration laws are there? The constitution is there. The criminal law and criminal code is there against the same thing. Then the executive order of the president is even there. And I don't think this executive order has been written off by the new president. because it was just Buhari's government to his government now. And since there is no other executive order, why are these people still operating in our country? And tomorrow we call ISWAP. Next tomorrow we call Lakurawa. Next tomorrow we call Boko Haram. The other day we call Destin. We don't even know how they are being financed. So don't you think these structures could be the structures financing them? Because Julius Berger is a wider company.
They recently did a shake-off from the top management and all of this concern, which has grown attention with the federal government as well. And those that are really having a concern, the factors leading to this shake-off probably includes strained government contract and policy shift, which has a lot of implications for Nigeria's construction sector.
Well, if they have a shake-up, the shake-up, has it affected the leadership of the company, from the MD down to the head of security? Do they know the implication of a foreigner heading as a head of corporate security and compliance?
So there are a lot of implications.
Yes, it has a lot of implications. Because this is somebody who is visiting the IG. This is somebody who is visiting the DG SSS. This is somebody who is visiting the DG NIA. It's the same person visiting the defense and military. So what do you expect such person? Did you know the information he's getting every day? Would they allow it in their country? So what agency is he representing? Is he representing the Nigerian interest in the company, or is representing on other countries' interest and other agencies of that country? This is what we have to look at. That is the major concern for now. So we have to do something to make sure this did not take place further. And we have so many of them. I'm not just talking of Julius Berger alone. I'm just using Julius Berger as a study, a case study.
But in the bid, those are really having a concern about their dedications to community satisfaction, because if they are concerned, a concession that if you are operating in Nigeria, this is what you ought to do. Your corporate responsibility. This should be quarters for some to Nigerians, and where you are residing. Would that not be more concern?
When you say the quota and the country you are residing, I want to get it to, or drum it out, that we should first of all look at the Nigerian interest. What is the Nigerian interest? Remember when Uganda was invaded, that the 90 minutes in Tibet, what happened? How did the Israelis got the drawings and the mapping of the airport? It was because it was built by Solomon, which is an Israeli construction firm that work in Uganda. So you can see how they entered the Uganda airport. You can see how they rescued their people from Uganda. And that can happen here, because we have sold everything to Julius Berger in the name of some interest. And to crown it all, apart from the designs of most of the tactical areas or critical areas in the hands of Julius Berger, the head of security is also a foreigner. So what happens to retired military officers, policemen, and other security service sectors officers?
What we engage?
Are they not qualified, and are they not expert in those fields? Are you saying that it is only a foreigner that will come in to become head of corporate security and compliance? And if you move on further to other privileged organizations, it is the same thing. So it is right time for the security network to go around and look at what depth or of injury or hurt we have caused ourselves by engaging these foreign partners in our security web, because you cannot be head of corporate security and compliance without interacting with the Commissioner of Police, the zonal AIGs, the IGs, the DGs of SSS, the directors of the state commands. You cannot be there without interacting with the Controller General of Immigration and his other officers. You cannot be there without interacting with the Commander General of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, so all the agencies. So, and you cannot be there without interacting with the DG NIA. So, all the service sectors, you are interacting with them. So, what else did you have? Including the military, the defense intelligence, the military intelligence, and the chief, the principal officers in the military and the defense. So, to me, we have sold out what could be what we are supposed to be. Our administrative system, our management system, our operational system has quickly been sold out.
Major concern, right, Professor Ibrahim Ado, for joining us and, of course, giving us a brief insight. The policy's introductions without adequate consultations probably point to lack of coordination and foresight, that which hampers the effective migration governance and management in Nigeria. We are being faced with significant migration challenges, both internally from forced migrations and all of those concerns. Of course, we are looking at the internal, some of these internal concerns shared by Professor Ibrahim Ado. Thanks so much for joining us on the show tonight.
Thank you.
And giving us an insight. This is where we'll wrap it up here tonight, everyone, on the show, Big Talk. We do hope to have you again join us tomorrow as we extra a concern about Nigerian relations. It's still a major concern there. Some part of the north are still caught with all of these crises, a concern about the international relations between Nigeria and Niger. Tomorrow on the show, we'll be looking at that, assessing the impact so far on the socio-economic life of the people of these areas. Do well to join us tomorrow, same time on Global TV. Bye-bye for now.